Artificial grass. So this stuff has been great for our little poodle to play on and to make a mess on. It's had like no wear and tear basically, but I wanted to show what happens if you don't, like I did, if you don't put that compacted base layer underneath your artificial grass. Let's see if we can get down on base level here, but you can kind of see there's some lumps along here. I have flattened this completely out, and the dirt here is a soft sand, black sand, just because of all the organic matter from the oak trees in it. But it starts off like beach sand, and the problems I encountered were ants, basically creating massive millions and millions of ants under here moving dirt. And so all this dirt that's forcing up, that's from ants where they hit the wall of the concrete there and then push it up, and then all these little piles, these bumps and lumps are from the ants. And see, it's not really hard. I can just smash those lumps back down because of all the air from in all the tunnels that the ants have created, all the tunnels they've created. So the other thing is, seems to be that some of the sand and dirt has come through, and I don't know if that's just from the ants pushing it up or just naturally walking around on this thing. But my problem was I kind of created a border here, one of the problems, and I had rocks all in there, but all the leaves and everything still get caught. So I'm going to put this up against the foundation there. It's my next step after I re-flatten all this out. And no, I'm not going to put a compacted base in here with this sand, and I have actually my septic system under here, so I'm definitely not going to be rolling compactors and things over it. And I need to be able to roll this up in case we ever do have to dig up this the septic. Now the tank is over there, but these are the lines over here, under here. So another problem I had was just all the acorns and everything getting caught in the grass, and when I go to blow them off this way, I'm actually working against the natural lay of this grass. So it tends to lay back down this way, so going this way. So actually if I blow all the debris this way towards the house, it all flicks right off and goes off smoothly. But if I try to blow it out here towards the yard and through the fence, then it gets caught. And so that's I'm going to actually twist this around 180 degrees, and while I'm re-flattening and recentering it, so that I can blow the debris off this way more easily. Now you should have the that power brush to brush this all to get to stand straight up, but it just keeps laying down. So maybe eventually I'll get one of those and keep it stood up more, but it doesn't seem to affect, you know, anything, and it still looks good. So those are my steps of what I'm going to do next. I'm going to make sure there's no border areas. I might even move this fence inward more to touch the exact edge of the grass, so I don't have to have any of those landscaping rocks put around the edges to keep my dog from digging, because she likes, anytime she finds sand, she likes to dig. And the whole point of this is to keep her clean when she comes outside to go to the bathroom and not have muddy paws all the time with this crazy beach sand, and her not making a mess. So anyways, I'll show you what it's like when I get it all back together. All right, all done, looking great. Just kidding. So this stuff is really heavy, so I rolled the mat this way, flipped it 180 and rolled it out here, rolled it all together until I got to here, then I unrolled it that way. Okay, but now you're thinking, looks like a mini golf gone crazy. Well, there's an easier way, not super easy. If you have two people, it's way easier to get this straightened and flattened out, and usually need two hands. Let me see if I can demonstrate it with one. I'm just gonna grab the corner here, and if you just rattle it like this, you can eventually get it to move where you want just by flopping it and getting some air under there and dragging it. So I'm gonna tackle that and get this thing straightened out, and I am gonna have a gap here like I said, I might move that fence inwards over here. So let me get this straightened out. The weed matting is all the way up to the edge here. Well, let's fold it over, but I'm gonna pull the grass a little higher than this curb here and then cut a little trench and tuck it in there is my plan for that. So there we go. Now with a lot of leg work and a lot of flapping this thing, I got it to lay flat again. All the way up to the house over here, and that's the edge of the grass, which I can either cut off or tuck in, which I'll probably do, tuck it in. And then this is not the edge of the grass, it's actually just the weed barrier, and I'll tuck that in with the edge as well. Over here I have about a foot now of room that I'll need to cover or bring that fence inwards so the dog doesn't try to rip and tear at it, as she tends to do that sometimes. But I've already blown off the grass and it's working a lot better because it's laying that way, so all the debris goes right out to the backyard that way. And it still is lumpy. You know, I flattened out a couple spots. The good thing is now that I have it placed, I can easily roll it up from this side or roll it this way a little bit, flatten out those bumps and roll it again. So obviously the manufacturer is not going to honor or accept this kind of install, but for certain situations like mine where I have termite traps here that need to be serviced and I need to pull that up, or you know, I have my septic lines, drain lines over here underneath, I don't want a permanent install, I don't want nails going through it or whatever else kind of way they attach these things securely at the edges, because I need to be able to roll up and roll out. So for our purposes it's great. Works for the dog, which is why we have it. Now if you have a bigger dog that can really rip and pull at things, obviously it's not going to be a good choice, so use at your own discretion. But definitely if you can and you have the money and the area to do it, get it professionally installed and that level packed down underneath and so forth. Another reason I like it like this and with our soft sand and not that compacted granite or whatever the heck they put under it, is that it's actually quite soft when the kids fall on it. So we do a bounce house out here, and if they were fall off the edge, it's just this layer with some sand under it. So just like there are bumps here that you can kind of smash back in, if their head hit it, it would be more of a soft landing than if they had you know, to hit compacted granite under here. You'd only get that compression of the grass just a little bit, and then you'd hit a hard surface. So anyways, I think I've talked long enough. Good enough for my house. It'll be good to clean that up, that edge, clean that patio off, and be back to normal.